The year is 1999. The Cold War has been over for more than a decade, and for the first time in a half-century, the world is free from the spectre of nuclear apocalypse. It should be a time of peace and prosperity, but all over the globe, the embers of old animosities have been fanned into flame by the winds of freedom. Terrorism in the 21st century is an international industry. Money and expertise flow freely through the global computer nets, and every type of weapon imaginable is available on the black market of the Third World. It has become harder and harder for the security forces of individual nations to combat this threat to the safety of their people. What's needed is an organization with the resources and the authority to fight terrorism wherever it flourishes. It would be composed of the best and brightest counter-terrorism experts from every country, and armed with state-of-the-art weapons and equipment. It would operate in absolute secrecy, its existence known only to the most senior government officials. It would attack swiftly and silently, cutting off the head of the Viper before it had a chance to strike. Such an organization already exists. Its code name is Rainbow.
Tango down! Confirm, go! Get down! Get down! Some help! Get down! Bingo! Got it! Good to go. Roger that.
Hello and welcome to Tom Clancy's Rainbow Six. Released in 1998 alongside the release of the Rainbow Six book, which is a part of the Jack Ryan series, this game would kickstart what we now know today as Ubisoft's Rainbow Six timeline. And yes, the story and timeline does diverge from the book, so I will not be covering the books when I look into this series of Ubisoft's games, since we are focusing on the timeline which specifically starts in this game all the way up to Rainbow Six Siege. And we're going to be starting off with Rainbow's very first mission, Operation Steel Wind. Taking a look at Rainbow's very first roster with many operatives from different countries, some of which you may find familiar now, such as Daniel Bogart, Gerald Morris, Domingo Chavez, and of course the commander of Rainbow, John Clarke. Now let's take a look at some backgrounds before we take a look into Operation Steel Wind. Firstly, we have our description of Rainbow, and it says, Rainbow is a multinational special operations task force operating under NATO supervision. Rainbow was formed in 1999 to combat the rise of terrorists, free agents, following the collapse of the former Soviet Union. Operatives are drawn from the world's leading counter-terrorism organizations and are trained in the latest techniques in hostage rescue and covert operations. John Clarke, a veteran officer of the American Central Intelligence Agency, commands them. Rainbow operates out of the headquarters of the British Army's 22nd Special Air Service, the SAS, regiment at Hereford. We also have a piece of intel on John Clarke as well. His title is the commander of Rainbow Counterterrorism Team, and he is American. There's no information available on date or place of birth, education, or military experience. He was recruited by the American CIA in 1970. During his time with the CIA, Clarke has taken part in numerous covert operations, including both intelligence gathering and direct action. In the late 80s, he was involved in the US narcotics interdiction efforts in South America, part of the team that apprehended the terrorists responsible for the Denver, Colorado atomic detonation in 1989. Since 1991, he has worked primarily in Japan and the Middle East. Details on these more recent operations are sealed. He has a wife, Sandra, and two daughters, Maggie and Patricia. We also have a description of the European Union, which is good to know, especially with the terrorists we will be facing in Operation Steel Wind. And it says, the European Union consists of 15 countries. Austria, Belgium, Denmark, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Ireland, Italy, Luxembourg, the Netherlands, Portugal, Spain, Sweden, and the United Kingdom. It is based on a series of treaties drawn up between the major European powers in the years following World War II, culminating in the signing of the Treaty of Maastricht in 1992, establishing the Union. The ultimate goal of the European Union is an ever closer union among the people of Europe in which decisions are taken as closely as possible to the citizen. The objective is to promote economic and social progress which is balanced and sustainable, assert the European identity onto the international scene and introduce a European citizenship for the nationals of member states. The current focus of the Union is the incorporation of new member states from Central and Eastern Europe and the establishment of a single European currency, the euro. And the final group we're looking at before we start with Operation Steel Wind is the Free Europe Terrorism Group. This is a British terrorist organisation opposed to the integration of the United Kingdom into the European Union. The name Free Europe first surfaced in 1996 during a police investigation of an instance of sabotage to the railroad tracks on the British side of the Channel Tunnel. A steel bar was welded to the tracks, resulting in the derailment of a high-speed passenger train and causing the death of 4 passengers. No arrests were made. Since then, the name has also came up in conjunction with several other terrorist incidents, including the firebombing of a block of flats occupied by West African immigrants that killed a 4-year-old girl. Free Europe is believed to be a spin-off of the British neo-Nazi group Combat 18. According to the documents recovered by the police, their agenda calls for the deportation of all immigrants of non-European ancestry and a national policy of strict economic and cultural isolationism. And with all that background now explained, we move into Operation Steel Wind, Rainbow's first operation. And here is the mission brief.
Operation Steel Wind. Earlier this evening, armed members of the terrorist organisation Free Europe seized control of the Belgian embassy in London. Your mission is to retake the embassy with minimal civilian losses.
Looks like we've got our first real job. The Brits would love to send in the SAS, but the word from Brussels is no way. And London says the same about the Belgian ESI. I don't have to tell you that we're going under the microscope on this one. There are folks on both sides of the Atlantic who still aren't convinced that there's any need for a group like Rainbow. Take your time and study the situation carefully before you light the fuse. If we blow it the first time out, they may just shut us down.
Now here's where we move into the preparation of this mission. If you've never seen these older Rainbow Six games, it's completely different to Siege. So we have all our operators at the bottom left here. We have our assault operators, our demolitions operators, our electronics, and recon. And all we do is, we have the choice to add any single one of these to the team. Here's a character you may be familiar with. So we can add all these to the team. We also have reserves, which are basically the recruits for each different role. Add these operators to the team. And once you're happy with the operators you have selected, we now move over to the next screen, where we can edit their loadouts. As you can see, we have got an MP5, an MP5 SD, so the suppressed one. That's the gun that Echo actually has in Siege. MP5K. Car 15, M16, and we also have an M1 shotgun as an option as well. You can even change our uniforms as well. You have Urban Light, Urban Medium, Urban Breach, Street Light, Street Medium, Street Heavy, and that's pretty much it. As well as this, you can change your secondaries, your gadgets, which are really cool as well. After you've decided on what you want your operators to wear and what you want to use, move over to the assignment team, where we can assign them to different teams. So we could add Gerald Morris to the blue team. We could add Daniel Bogart to the red team. We could add Domingo Chavez to the blue team as well. And we can also promote him to make him the first in command for the blue team. And you do this for all of your teams. So there we go. We filled out all the teams with 2 operators in each one. We then move on to the planning phase. This is where we have a map of the building we are about to infiltrate. Now in this mission, we are saving a VIP hostage. As you can see, the hostage is here. The ambassador is marked on this map. And this is on the 3rd floor. We also have multiple terrorists around this building marked by these crosses on each of these different floors, as you can see, marked there. We also have some landmarks, so this is where we begin. Here's our extraction zone on the right. We also have a front door, a foyer, a balcony, giving us all these different informations about the building we're about to attack. Now here's where the beauty of the gameplay of the older Rainbow Six games come in. We are currently on the blue team with Chavez and Morris. Now we're going to start here. Now this is where we plan where these operators are going to go. So let's say we want the blue team to start from the start point and make their way round to this side door. We then want to make them go through this door and clear out this room, which is the piano room. They're then going to make their way to the foyer and face off with this terrorist and then make their way up the staircase. Now whilst the blue team is doing this, we're now going to control the red team as well. So the blue team is going to go through this door. We're going to make the red team go through this door over here. As the blue team is coming in, the red team are going to enter from this side of the building, and they are going to face off with the terrorists in these rooms. We can also make the green team go in a similar route as the red team. However, when they enter this door, they can go left and pinch the person in the foyer as well. Now, if you've made a plan you like, you are allowed to save it. And we can also load a plan as well, which is actually preset on the game made by the developers. Now, here is the one which has actually been made by the devs themselves. We like to think that this was the cannon squad who went on this mission, with these operatives lined up for this mission to go ahead. They have prompted to not have a gold team, rather having a blue team with 2 operatives, a green team with 3, and a red team with 3 as well. Now here's the plan for this mission. We have the blue team who is going to come around this way and enter this building. And once they're in this building, they are going to clear these downstairs rooms. As you can see, they're not going to make their way upstairs. Now the green team, on the other hand, they are going to make their way around this side of the building and go up this ladder over here. This is going to take them to the 3rd floor, where they're going to face the hostiles in here and save the hostage. They're then going to make their way down the staircase, down this little balcony, and into the foyer, where the enemies should be neutralized by our blue team and our red team, who made their way through the back of the building, assisting the blue team through the foyer and these enemies downstairs, allowing for the green team to make their way outside of the building. And now that it's time to partake in this mission, I'm going to play through each team and have a different perspective on each one of them. We'll start off with the blue team. Right, so here we are on the blue team. We're moving around the right side of the building. As you see, there's the green and red team going to their sides of the building. We're moving around here. It's just 2 of us. Got Hader and Chavez. Right, they're in position. Look at the map. Right, I'm going to pick this lock, and then I'm going to give the call for them to enter. Get on the other side of this door. Take him out. Go, room's clear. Go through the piano, meet them in the foyer. Is the red team. Now the green team should be upstairs. We're just going to continue clearing this bottom floor, following this route. Just check this room again, just in case anyone's came in. I think everything's clear. Head out. Wait for the rest of the team to get out. Red should follow, and then should be the green team with the hostage from the top floor. Let's see, this should be... There they are. Now let's escort this hostage to safety. Right, here we are now on the red team. There you can see that's the blue team who we just played as. Going around to do their route. We've got the green team in front of us who are going to go up this ladder. Head to the 3rd floor. We're going to meet them in the foyer. Right, so we're going to head around here. There's 3 of us this time compared to 2 of the other ones. Check C. This one takes a bit longer to pick than the other door did. But again, gonna activate the call once I'm done picking. Move in. Come out. Okay. Got this guy on the left who we killed last time as a blue team. Just out the door. Take him out. Here. Take him out to it. So foyer clear? Yep, there's the blue team who came from the piano. Now with this bottom floor clear, we should just have to wait for the green team at the top. There they are. Here they come. Right, make our way through the piano and escort them out. Get that hostage to the extraction point. There we go. Now we can get this hostage out. Right, here we are on the green team this side. We're going to head to the 3rd floor, and we're actually going to get the hostage this time. Got the red team behind us. We're going to make our way around to that door. That was just that. We're going to go up here. Let's see. Our way up. There's this door on the left here, it seems. There's a guy on the other side by the looks of it. Gauge the other people right now whilst we move in at the top. Now, there's a lot of rooms up here. There's another one. Follow this route round, see if there's anyone around here. Doesn't seem like it. Staircase. Empty room. Track around. Hostage should be around here. There he is there. Reload and head back down with him. The enemy should be neutralized from our other two teams, so we shouldn't have much to worry about. Should be relatively safe, but just in case, keep the gun up. There we go, make our way down to the foyer, down the balcony. Thankfully it's all clear thanks to the other two teams. Make our way out the piano. There you go, there's an enemy that's been taken out. One of the blue team members standing there. And yeah, let's take this hostage back. There we go, that's the hostage saved. It's Operation Steel Wind. Now this operation ends with a news report explaining to the world what happened, and it says, in London, England, the British government forces ended a tense standoff yesterday when they stormed the Belgian embassy in central London, killing all members of a neo-Nazi organisation who had occupied the building since early Monday morning. According to the police spokesman, Nigel Fellows, all hostages were released safely, including Gilles Dequette, the Belgian ambassador. Members of the group Free Europe masqueraded as employees of a catering company to gain access to the compound. The attack was staged on the 8th anniversary of the founding of the European Union, and authorities have linked the group to the radical anti-union underground. According to Officer Fellows, the police had hoped to bring the situation to a peaceful conclusion, but were forced to take drastic action when it appeared that the hostages were in imminent danger. Further arrests are expected. And notice that it does seem to be still kept on the low, since they just refer to it as the British government forces rather than it being Rainbow. And so everyone, that was Rainbow's first mission, Operation Steel Wind, where Rainbow successfully neutralized terrorists who took control of the Belgian embassy in London. Of course, the gameplay I presented is just one of many which you can do on these missions. In it, I had 3 teams, you could have 4, you could have 2, you could have 1. Everyone could have pushed from the roof, there could have been a completely different level of attack through different rooms, some of which we didn't even enter. Also, this was on the easiest difficulty. If you play it on the harder difficulties, you'll also have to save a staff member as well, and the AI can be pretty brutal. That is the beauty of these older Rainbow Six titles, with the replayability of you planning your attacking mission and getting to execute it by playing any part of it you want. So yeah, be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comment section below about the lore of Operation Steel Wind. If you decide to pick up this game, let me know how you execute Operation Steel Wind and if you have any fun attack strategies. I will be going through every single operation in every Rainbow Six game, so if you did enjoy this video as a starter, be sure to drop it a like and consider subscribing for more, because we are going to follow up with the next mission. Drop a like on this video, have an incredible rest of your day, and I'll catch you all in the next one.